TVA internal comms. Subject line, Mortal Kombat 2. Agents, Nakware and Jonathan. Gentlemen, what is the greatest video game adaptation film of all time? And more importantly, is this one a contender? Your assignment is to evaluate Mortal Kombat 2, the latest in a series of films based on the fighting game franchise. Does this second installment earn a flawless victory, or does it deserve a place in the Netherrealm? The game is afoot, gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Entertainment Variance Authority. That is Jonathan McNamara, the best beard this side of Texas.
Hello.
And your keeper of the lore. I am Nakware Howard, your favorite person's favorite person, a.k.a. Mr. Never At Me, a.k.a. Presidents Come and Go, but Wu-Tang lasts forever.
AKA the Big Hammer.
I'll allow it, for sure. We will not be elaborating on that. Today's episode, we will be covering Mortal Kombat 2.
Yes.
We've got thoughts.
The second one.
We've got answers.
Yes.
Let's get into it. Let's crack open the case file. So,
Where do you want to begin? Fight.
why don't you give the people a rundown of the movie?
Of just what happened?
Yeah, so spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
So just give a quick rundown of the film.
Okay, here's the first thing you need to know. The first Mortal Kombat reboot film is not necessary. I would say that it's good and that you should watch it, but you don't have to enjoy this film. Mortal Kombat 2 picks up where the last film left off, but it is also the film that introduces the concept of the tournament. So if you remember the games, you've got Earthrealm defending itself with chosen champions against the forces of Outworld and the Netherrealm and all these other realms that have been conquered by Shao Kahn. Now, this is the last chance for the defenders of Earth. They've lost 9 out of 10 tournaments. If they lose this one, Shao Kahn gets to capture and control and reign over the Earthrealm. And at the beginning of the film, the champions have assembled. That's what happens in the last movie. But there's one missing.
Yeah.
There's one champion not here. We still have one slot because that's how the rules set by the gods work.
Spoiler alert, one of the champions was mysteriously murdered in movie number 1.
Yeah, he was murdered in movie number 1.
Against the rules of the Elder Gods.
Yeah, Shang Tsung, that devious sorcerer, got up to his tricks and killed Kung Lao, who's awesome because he has a hat that will cut you in half.
Facts.
He's so dope, but he does die in the first one. So there's one slot open for Earthrealm, and who's going to fill it? That's right, Karl Urban playing a washed up Johnny Cage.
Washed up feels generous.
Yeah, there's a scene where he's at a convention with a bunch of Johnny Cage memorabilia. Nobody gives a shit.
It's not great.
And they even camera over to where the crowd is headed, and it's clearly like an Instagram influencer situation. But Karl Urban is Johnny Cage and reluctantly agrees to go with Raiden and the other Earthrealm warriors to figure out what's going on with the whole tournament, and basically doesn't want to have anything to do with it.
Yes.
But does come around, and what ultimately happens is the tournament, the proper Mortal Kombat tournament. It, in many ways, resembles the video game that you remember from the 90s. And they also made one really big change, I think, from this movie that I loved, which is this movie is centered around Kitana. It's not centered around Liu Kang as the primary protagonist, which I would argue he is in the video games. Opening scene of Mortal Kombat 2 is Kitana's father being destroyed by Shao Kahn, who then takes over the mantle of, I think that's Outworld, and becomes the ruler there and adopts Kitana as his daughter. And also, I guess, I don't know how like Shao Kahn gets down or whatever, but marries the queen, who is Sindel, Kitana's mother. That
doesn't feel that out of pocket. That seems historically accurate. I feel like
No,
that's
no,
a thing
it's-
that would have been happening.
It's accurate. I'm just saying I don't understand how the rules of conquering works. Do you conquer a world and then you're just like, and you're my wife now?
I think so.
Is that how it works?
If we're looking historically, I would love for someone to...
sorry I killed your husband, but good news. Now you and I are shacking up.
I would love someone to check. I think that's a historically accurate thing where they take the women and children. You plunder a land and you take the women and children as...
Yeah, but the
content.
reason it's giving me yes, if he took her as a concubine, I'd be like, okay, I get it.
Oh, so you're assuming...
But he didn't do that.
You're assuming she's his only wife.
He's a queen, dude.
I'm assuming there are
serving-
multiple... I'm assuming there are multiple queen/wives in...
Oh,
multiple
you're
realms.
saying every realm's got
Yeah.
a queen, and Sindel's just the queen of this
Yes,
specific realm.
That's what I was assuming.
I see why you would go there. But the movie largely follows Kitana's struggle to defeat her father. And that's great because there's a lot of like flipping of sides. People get betrayed. People get surprised. It's amazing. It's funny.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2 is a funny movie. If you're a fan of the video games, there's so much stuff here for you that you will be excited about. The good guys win,
They do.
but not without a few surprises. Liu Kang dead? Maybe? In Netherrealm? We don't know. What happens in the next film? We don't know.
There will be a next film.
There will be a next film. This one ends with the Defenders of Earthrealm victorious and saying, we are going after our friends that we lost. What they mean is the friends who died.
Yeah.
So they are going to travel to the Netherrealm, which, by the way, happens in this film.
A fair bit.
And try to rescue their friends, question mark? I don't know. But there will be a third one. This one, though, is the tournament one. It was awesome. I loved it. I loved every second of it. Big smile on my face. It was great.
And are you pruning it?
I'm not pruning it.
All right.
I'm doing the opposite of pruning. I'm like cementing it on the timeline. To be fair, I did like the first one a lot, despite some pretty obvious flaws. For example, a lot of the sets get reused, and I think that's a product of filming something during the COVID pandemic.
Yeah.
Right? But the first one had Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion, and it had a Sub-Zero and a big Scorpion Sub-Zero fight. Goro was in the first one. Like, there's a lot of stuff to love about the first one. And
wow, I forgot Goro was in the first one.
Goro's in the first one because Goro's in the first game, right?
Yeah.
Goro's the ultimate boss of the first
Loved
game.
Goro.
So he's in there. And you get a lot more time with Shang Tsung. And then there's some characters in the first one who did not show up in this one,
Yeah.
including Cabal and Melina, who did snuff it in the first film.
Yeah,
But some of the characters who snuffed it in the first film do come back.
that's true.
And that's very interesting.
Yeah, so I mean, let's get into it. Overall, I would agree. I don't think this is getting pruned. It's just a really fun time. It was pretty concise. It's what, 2 hours almost on the dot, I think.
It was all killer, no filler. Underline killer, like
Yeah, it's pretty lean. I would argue that the initial Johnny Cage introduction is pretty loose.
you know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, the way I've been describing it is they give you just enough plot to make this a movie.
Yes.
And the rest of it is video game violence, lore, and settings.
Yes.
So for me, my biggest takeaway was in producing this, they understood the assignment. What I mean when I say that is the original one, I had fun with too, but the biggest complaints about it was this is a video game movie and this didn't feel like a video game.
The first one?
Yes. They introduced a new character that no one had any ties to.
That's the elephant in the room.
That
right?
no one really liked because it's Mortal Kombat. We've got, I believe, upwards of 15 games worth of characters to pull from. So why are you
There's so many
introducing
games.
a new character that we have no connection to and the story centered around him? It just didn't make any sense. And then, quite frankly, Mortal Kombat is a video game about a fight tournament to save the world.
Yeah.
And we got zero tournament and minimal fights in the first one. All the fights in the first one were really to set up larger plot points. And in that sense, it didn't satisfy the core audience
No.
in delivering on what you expect from a Mortal Kombat movie. Mortal Kombat 2 does not have that problem.
No.
They jump right in,
Mortal Kombat 2 murders that problem.
literally.
Yeah.
Literally. And spoiler alert, we say that by saying that Cole, this new made-up character, gets actually murdered by Shao Kahn.
He puts up a good fight.
He does. No,
He puts up a real good fight.
All things being fair, Shao Kahn not being the cheatingest of all characters, Cole would have won.
Yeah, I think that's true.
He wins. He wins that fight,
true.
which is an interesting choice because that, in my opinion, was the director's nod to being like, this character doesn't suck. He's actually good, but we can hear you guys and you didn't want him anymore, so we're going to get rid of him.
There's a lot of stuff going on, and I don't know this for sure, and I don't know that we will, but like, I think one thing about this film is it's very clear that they listen to fan feedback.
Yes.
I would say that the two problems of the first film are, number one, Cole Young being introduced as a let's help the audience understand what's going on character. It's a tournament for the fate of the world.
Yes.
The 1995 Mortal Kombat film proves that you do not need an elaborate backstory or or any of this stuff to understand that there is a tournament, and whoever wins the tournament decides the fate of Earth. And these are the people who are fighting on our behalf, and these are the bad guys. Done. So a lot of people were upset about Cole Young, and I get it. I totally get it, and I sympathize. It didn't bother me that much because I thought actually he turned out to be pretty cool, but he did get in the way of the first film. Yeah. And then the second problem with the first film is that a large part of it was about how do these Earthrealm fighters get their powers. Yeah. Dude, I don't need exposition about why Sonya can shoot glowy rings from her wrist. I don't need to know that. I don't really need to know why Jax has robot arms. No. That was the other thing that got in the way of that film, and that is also reduced in this film, partially because all the characters got powers. Yeah. But also, I would say, because they leaned into the video game-ness of it. And I'll give you an example. In the game, Shao Kahn has this shoulder charge, and he doesn't run at you. He does like a cool slidey teleporty thing. And when he does it, there are after images of him that glow green. Yep. Because Shao Kahn magic, who gives a fuck? And in this movie, they were just like, yeah, he's going to shoulder charge Cole Young pretty much to death. And there's going to be glowy after images of him because that's what's in the game. And it's awesome. Yes. And there was no explanation. I don't need explanation.
So I wanted to get into that a little bit with you because I noticed that as well, and I wanted to get your thoughts on what was working, what didn't, and if they stayed true to the game. And so one of the first things I noticed is we got fatalities. Oh. We got fatalities. Jax gets his arms ripped off.
Again.
Yes.
Again.
Liu Kang does the Kung Lao fatality to Kung Lao, where he splits him in half using his own hat. Yeah. As if it were a meat shredder. Yeah. So we get fatalities. It's pretty awesome. We get the Johnny Cage kick.
Yep. The shadow kick.
Yes. I don't believe we saw the katana knife fan death.
Fatality?
Yeah, fatality.
She uses it. Yeah.
We saw her use that. So we get a lot of fatalities in this.
You know what was wild is that they bring back the actor who played the Sub-Zero in the first film, but they brought him back as Noob Saibot. Yep. Now, we don't have to get into all of it, but there is extensive lore about the ninjas in Mortal Kombat. Yes. And how many of them arrived because of fan insistence that they exist. Like, there was this rumor in the 90s that, oh, if you put in a special code or whatever, you got a green ninja, and his name is Reptile, and he spits acid. And then guess what they fucking did? Mortal Kombat 2, they're like, he's a reptile, he spits acid, it's awesome. And then they were like, okay, well, what if there's like a shadow ninja and he's all black and his name is like the name of the creators of Mortal Kombat, but backwards. His name would be like Noob Saibot or something. And then boom, fucking Noob Saibot is in the game and he's in this movie. So Bihan, the character who is Sub-Zero in the first film, is brought back in the Netherrealm. Yes. As Noob Saibot. He's not freezing people. No. He's using shadow clones. And it's awesome.
It's pretty sweet. Okay, I also wanted to touch on this because this is one of the departures, in my opinion. Now, you can speak more intelligently to this than I can as a video game enthusiast. One of the departures I've noticed they are choosing to take with this route, this reboot of Mortal Kombat, is that they are essentially making Scorpion a good guy and Sub-Zero a bad guy. When traditionally they're both bad guys, but if one tends to lean good, it is Sub-Zero.
I think it depends on which version of Sub-Zero.
Okay, that's why I wanted to get your thoughts on this. How does this feel according to lore, and do you think it's working? I think from a narrative standpoint, it is one of the best things to come out of these two films, is the relationship between Scorpion and Sub-Zero and that dynamic, and it seems centuries-long fight that they've been having between these two clans, between these two specific ninja warriors, and their families are getting wrapped up in it. There's emotional tumult. When we meet Scorpion in this film, he is in hell, but he is in such control of it. He has turned it into paradise, which is an insane thing to do conceptually.
Until he finds out that Bihan is still alive.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he goes into full vengeance mode.
So talk to me a little bit more about
I think Scorpion is less a villain or a good guy. I think Scorpion is a force of nature.
Okay.
And if vengeance is available, he will seek it. And that's why, as you pointed out, he was basically settled. Like, look, I killed Sub-Zero in the last film. I'm good. I'm going back to hell because that's where I got to go.
Where I belong.
But whatever. I'm just going to live out eternity, and I've actually gained mastery over the powers of hell, and I've turned it into a paradise for myself. But the moment they're like, hey, actually, Bihan's still alive, it all burns to ash.
Starts withering away.
He becomes Scorpion again.
Goes eating, I believe,
like an apple or a pear or a peach or something.
It immediately turns to ash in his mouth.
Yeah, and then Scorpion stops short of being like, let's kick some ass. You know what I mean? He just goes into full Scorpion mode. But in the games, what happens is Bihan dies.
Yeah.
And his brother takes up the mantle of Sub-Zero. So I was kind of expecting that from this film, but instead they just brought Bihan back. Okay. Which was fine, because they brought him back as this other character.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting way to not tread the same ground, right? Because they had a big frozen fight in the first movie. So you don't need to do that again. And introducing him as Noob Saibot and finding out what he can do with these like shadow clone powers was really interesting and fun. And we got some more time with Hiroyuki Sanada as Scorpion.
Yeah, which was always great. And we did get over here. One of those, which was lovely.
I have a video game detail that I noticed, and I'm wondering if you noticed it.
Okay.
So there is a fight with Johnny Cage and Kitana. Kitana wins. Flawless victory. And at the end of it, Shao Kahn says, finish him. And then she kind of looks at Johnny Cage.
I did notice this.
He's just like woozy. He's just like, oh, God. And then he just falls over, right? That is fucking straight from the video game. If you have ever tried to put in a fatality code and they didn't do it, your opponent just falls over. And they fucking worked that into this movie. That was the moment I was like, I am in. That is so fucking smart and funny.
Yeah, it was. They did a really good job. Again, giving us an adaptation of the video game that was true to what you came for.
Yeah, I want to talk about a couple other small details. One is that Ed Boon, who's one of the creators of Mortal Kombat, has a cameo in this film as the bartender. That's him.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and actually Johnny Cage is even like, pour me another one, Ed. You know what I mean? So like Ed Boon is in this film, which is really neat. And then some of the locations, if you played Mortal Kombat 2, you know these places. Right? Shao Kahn fights Cole Young on a narrow bridge over an acid lake.
Yep.
Right? Sonya fights Sindel in the bottom of the pit.
The Sonya Sindel location. I was like, this is sick. I remember
with
this.
With spikes popping out of the ground, straight from the video game. And then what I would say is the best fight in the movie, Kung Lao versus Liu Kang.
Yeah.
Happens in like this monastery stage in the sky where there's like magic swirling around
which is clearly meant to be like interdimensional and so accurate.
Yeah. You get the throne room. It's dark in there, so it doesn't look exactly like the video game. But
to their credit, I was like, you guys are...
But like, there's so many nods.
Yes.
To all of the cool spots, all the cool locations in the actual, not even one of the new videos, like Mortal Kombat 2, like straight from the 90s.
Yeah.
They could have just been like, well, we pulled some locations from Mortal Kombat X or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, no, but they didn't. They specifically went back to 2 and they made those locations fully realized and really cool. And it was so much fun to see.
It's a blast. And now that we've been talking about the locations, I want to talk to you about your favorite fights.
Mm.
But before we get into that, I need to get your thoughts on 2 movies in a row. This has been one of my favorite pieces, and I just think they've done a really good job with it. And this was also true of the original series, Kano.
Oh my God, dude, he's so good.
They've managed
so
to make
good.
this character, like, for someone who doesn't play a big role in the video games, as far as I remember,
Yeah.
what they've done with this character has been fantastic. He's
I don't-
hilarious. He's a blast.
This actor is so fucking good in this film.
It's great. What he says is, I need another eye. He goes, I'll get you another eye. Better shoot lasers.
It better fucking shoot lasers. Yeah, so surprise, Kano died in the first film, but he's back in this one. Why? Because Quan Chi is in this film, who is not in Mortal Kombat 2. He doesn't get introduced till later, but whatever. He's here, and he's a necromancer. So he resurrects Kano and also Kung Lao. He resurrects Kung Lao as a revenant, which means he's a bad guy now. And he resurrects Kano as just Kano, because Kano is neither good nor evil. Kano is merely Kano.
Yeah.
Actually, Quan Chi was like, listen, I didn't have time to make him a full revenant or whatever, so I just brought him back to life.
No, his reasoning was his soul's almost too corrupted.
Oh.
It isn't worthwhile.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Kano's fucking great. Kano has a line where he betrays the bad guys. And they're like, why are you doing that? Why are you helping out the good guys? And he's like, I don't know. I love threesomes. I love foursomes. I love Jack and Coke. Hell, I love Jack. Hell, I love Coke. And man, that got me. He's so good. He's so good in this film.
Quintessential scumbag mercenary, only out for himself.
Yeah.
And whichever way the wind blows, that will keep him alive and satisfied. That's what he's gonna do.
That's all he's doing. I do like the actor who played Kano in Mortal Kombat 1995.
Yeah.
Because they gave him a scene. I think about this every time I watch the film, where he's just eating a big turkey leg. And like, how many takes do you think they did? And how many turkey legs do you
He
think
ate
they
a lot
went
of
through?
turkey legs.
I think this guy
And
ate a
there's
lot of
just
turkey legs.
Turkey juices running all down his face. It is viscerally gross.
So since we're talking about the original film, I do want to say, I did not think I would be contemplating this after seeing Mortal Kombat 2. But I have maintained for a very long time that Mortal Kombat 1995 is the greatest video game adaptation film created so far.
Okay.
I think it is better than Resident Evil 1, and the rest of the Resident Evil movies don't even figure in.
Wow.
It's obviously better than the Bob Hoskins Mario movie.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that. No shade. It's a fun movie. It's not better than Mortal Kombat 1995 in terms of adapting a video game into a film.
Yeah.
That's specifically what I'm talking about. Here's the thing. It's number 2 now. It's number 2 now. Mortal Kombat 2 is a better video game adaptation film than Mortal Kombat 1995.
Wow.
That's where I'm at with this film. And I fucking love Mortal Kombat 1995.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
I was not expecting that. And I love this movie. I really thought it was great. I've sat with it for a couple days.
Yeah.
We saw this on the same day, not
Yeah.
at the same time. And we both basically just text each other, well, that was great. But both movies fall short on this one.
Okay.
Both movies managed to highlight Raiden and somehow still get him exceptionally wrong.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I forget the actor's name from Mortal Kombat.
I don't know the
1995.
actor. I don't know the actor in the new one, but the original Raiden was Christopher Lambert.
Christopher Lambert as Raiden is the most preposterous casting of all time, and I'm obsessed. I love it.
Yeah.
It's wrong, but I love it. It's just so much fun. And similarly, the new Raiden also just seems out of place somehow. Everyone else kind of fits into the world and doesn't seem as cheesy, as overdramatic, as extreme as the Raiden character. Somehow Raiden seems more ridiculous in this movie than Shao Kahn.
Yeah, Shao Kahn feels really credible, and he's basically got reptilian eyeballs that glow the entire time.
And somehow Raiden, I'm just like, you are a caricature of a video game character.
I think part of it, honestly, is the lightning powers. I think it's hard to be like a stoic, cool guide character, but also you are literally bristling with energy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Think about it. Superman, pretty cool. Lightning Superman, not as cool. Not as cool.
That's fair.
I don't know. I think maybe that has something to do with it. It didn't bother me. I like Raiden in this film. Christopher Lambert as Raiden makes no sense on paper.
But it's phenomenal.
But holy shit.
It's so much fun.
Holy shit. One of the best moments in that film is when he name drops the title of the tournament. He's like, Mortal Kombat.
It's so in Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. And it just like chuckles. Oh my God.
What are your thoughts on, now you may not realize this, I did as an avid fan, this movie taking a direct rip from the Supernatural TV show and slicing open Raiden's throat and stealing his essence.
Oh, I didn't know that happens in Supernatural.
It's a thing that happens in Supernatural.
What season does that happen in? It's like 37 or?
Yeah, it's later on.
Okay.
But basically, you can steal the essence of an angel that way in later seasons. And then use that to basically be superpower yourself, which I was like, I saw that and I was like, that's interesting. Like that is a almost direct
Maybe
rip.
There's some Supernatural fans on the cast.
It's possible. Plus Eric Kripke's producing everything these days. But I thought that was an interesting play that they did. So, continuing on, talk to me about the fights. So
the Liu Kang Kung Lao fight was amazing.
Before you get into it, I just wanted to say that we've mentioned this a few times. That Marvel, that DC, some of these other superhero adjacent film studios are relying far too much on CGI and really not focusing on fight choreography and making these things feel visceral and tangible. You're not seeing fights that you're like, all right, well, this is Iron Man, but I think he could do some of this stuff. Mortal Kombat does not have that issue. There's a lot of magic. There are a lot of powers in these fights.
Yes.
But these are people fighting. This is choreographed combat at its best.
The reason the Liu Kang Kung Lao fight is so good is because of the choreography and because of how hand-to-hand it is. It's not just throwing fireballs back and forth.
Yeah.
Right? With the Johnny Cage Kitana fight, a lot of cool stuff happens.
Yes.
But Johnny Cage is not plugged in yet. He's like, what the fuck? This can't be real. Like, kind of freaking out. And so it's more of a funny kind of like Johnny Cage scrambling over rooftops trying to get away situation.
Yeah.
But the Sonya fight, good. A lot of like MMA kind of style moves. The Kung Lao Liu Kang fight is great. It's straight up kung fu action. It's so good. And the other thing I will say about these fights is that they feel like and have the rhythm of playing the game. I would say that most of the fights start on a 2D plane where the camera comes in and is circling around the characters, and the fight really starts when you have the two people
and full people in
on
scope.
either side of the screen, that 2D kind of thing. It stops short of the word fight showing up, but other than that, it a lot of the time looks like the game, and the fight choreography, it looks like pro level players playing this game.
Yeah,
it's so good, and a lot of the magic, a lot of the superhero stuff, special effects stuff, is emphasizing.
Yeah.
Right? Shao Kahn's shoulder charge is emphasized.
Correct. It's additive.
By magic, but he's still shoulder charging somebody.
Yeah.
I would say that the fights in this film are much better than the previous film.
Yeah.
And I like the fights of the first film.
The Liu Kang versus Kung Lao fight is fantastic. Visually, the setting really helps. It is mystical. It is straight from the video game. The choreography feels authentic to those characters. Not only is the fight actually well choreographed, it is authentic to the characters in the game, complete with Kung Lao being killed by his own fatality via Liu Kang. Phenomenal.
I think it's also true that, like, I've played enough of these games and I've watched all these movies, and so my bullshit sensor was sensitive.
Yes.
Right? I went in there and I kept having thoughts like, this better end in a good fatality. Oh, it did. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, he better do the shoulder charge. Oh, fuck, he did. Oh, he better have the hammer. Oh, he has a hammer. Oh, man, Liu Kang better turn into a dragon. He fucking turned into a dragon. Like, they just, like, ticked every single box that I needed them to tick.
So what is your second favorite fight from the film? I feel like this one is also relatively obvious.
I think it's the Sonya Sindel fight.
Wow.
Because that was the one that set the tone.
Okay.
The Johnny Cage Kitana fight was like more of a comedic moment in a lot of ways than like an out and out fight. Sonya as a character in this film is like, I am a warrior of Earthrealm, and if I lose, then we are totally, totally fucked. And she puts everything she has into this fight. She's not holding back.
I agree with you, but I tick off a few points on that fight for two things.
Okay.
One, I feel like that the stage played a far bigger factor in that fight than the actual fighters. I felt like that fight did a really good job of highlighting the uniqueness of the stages of these fights and how they can be used by the characters, which I thought was really cool. And we didn't really get that in the first movie at all.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see Sonya using the setting and like understanding the spikes and the timing and trying to figure that out the same way you do in the game.
Yeah.
And the second thing that fight does, more so than the actual fighting, it also highlighted the powers.
Yes.
So like the Sindel scream was a big factor.
Yeah.
Sonya is working around that throughout the entire fight, and Sindel is relying relatively heavily on it, which a lot of like gamers who do that.
I could have used a hair whip.
Oh, hair whip would have been great.
I could use a hair whip, but we didn't get it. But I see what you're saying. It's just that for me, that was the fight where I went like, okay,
they're taking this
now
seriously.
I know what this film is gonna be like. Like I get it now. But the final fight with Shao Kahn, is also very good. But what is your favorite?
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang's your favorite.
And,
right, second favorite.
Liu Kang and Kung Lao is exceptional. My number 2 is Scorpion versus Bi-Han.
Yeah, Noob Saibot Scorpion fight was good.
Yeah, and you can throw Johnny Cage and Kano into that fight as well.
And Jade. Let's not forget about Jade.
And Jade. Yeah, that's a good point. The Scorpion versus Bi-Han versus Noob Saibot versus Jade versus Kano versus Johnny Cage is probably my second favorite fight. It would be my first, except it does involve a lot of characters. So there's a lot to track.
Yeah.
And I think that the setting also in this fight plays as big of a role as the actual fight.
Right.
The fact that they're in hell, you've got fire everywhere, you've got Noob jumping around basically in between
so many
fighters.
Clones.
It's incredible. They did like viscerally, like you feel like you're there.
Yeah.
Like you can feel the heat radiating, like the characters are feeling, and that like.
Did you get spicy popcorn again?
No, they got rid of it. I wanted it.
Oh man. Okay.
I did get hot wings because that's my jam.
Maybe that was it.
Maybe it was the hot wings. You're right.
That.
Maybe it wasn't actually viscerally warm. Damn, I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. But no, it's an exceptional fight. I thought what they did with Noob, I thought we got a get over here, which is incredible.
You have to have it.
I love the fact that like we're 90% through the movie and Johnny Cage still doesn't really know what value he has.
Right.
To the point where Kano's like, well, this is your plan. He was like, no, this is your plan. I really enjoyed that, like, they slipped in some comedy. Honestly, the only thing that would have made it better was a Toasty. But other than that...
yes. I'm glad you said that, because every single person I've talked to about this has been like, did you get a Toasty? And it's like, no.
It's the only thing that would have made it better. Yeah, it was phenomenal. All right, and then I want to hear your third favorite fight, because I've got thoughts.
I mean, it's probably that one, right? It's probably the Hell one. The Liu Kang one is unbeatable. It's so good. And the Sonya one, setting the tone for the rest of the film, I thought was really great. And then, yeah, you're right. It's probably the fight in the Netherrealm.
Okay. For me, it's Liu Kang and Jax versus Kung Lao.
Oh.
Versus Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
I thought that was really well done.
I felt like the stakes were high.
Yeah, and I thought that was outside of the first fight in the first scene, which I just didn't think they had built the movie up enough to really execute that fight. It's probably the only fight where I was like, maybe we jumped into this a little bit too soon.
You kind of knew what was going to happen, though.
Exactly. That fight did a really good job of showcasing the strength of Shao Kahn.
Yeah, this is a strong dude.
Yeah, and like, granted, I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe he already has the amulet, so like, he's not getting injured. But just seeing him just pummel.
Side note, one of the plot points of this film is that Shao Kahn gets an amulet that is being charged by Raiden's essence to essentially make him immortal.
Yeah.
He can take damage, but he'll just heal immediately.
Yeah. And he just, like, we got the Liu Kang dragon, which was sick, incredible, showcasing how strong he is as a character. I think Jax definitely took a little bit of an L, gets his arm stripped off again, which is
big L.
Really unfortunate.
Big L.
Johnny Cage, is Johnny Cage in that one?
I think the whole deal in that fight is that they're trying to get the amulet, right? So I think Cage is there. I think Sonya's there.
I think they're all there.
Baraka leads them to the throne room, but then he's like, "That's far as I can go."
So I really enjoyed that fight. I thought the choreography was great, but I thought visually, the darkened throne room, and you're getting a lot of these video game vibrant, bright light elements, whether it be the dragon or the shoulder thrust. We may have gotten Sonya Blade's rings on that.
Pretty sure we got rings in that fight.
Like, it was visually really stunning, really impactful. It's moving very fast.
Yeah.
But you get individual moments with each fighter versus Shao Kahn, which I thought was really cool.
But also every moment, every single moment in that fight felt like, well, this person's going to die.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh, this person's going to die. Oh, this person's going to Oh, that person's still alive. Not for long.
Yeah.
The stakes felt really high in that fight.
So that's probably my number 3.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
What a good movie.
Oh, it was great. So you wanted to talk to us about Jade?
I do want to talk about Jade because the actress who plays Jade, give me a name check here.
It is Tati Gabrielle.
Tati Gabrielle. So I first became aware of her because I did watch The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah, you did.
Which was great, except for all the musical episodes. And she is in that, and she does a great job.
Yep.
She is going to be in the next Naughty Dog game. And this movie made me so hyped for that because she was so good as Jade in this film. And the fights that she gets to be part of were exceptional. She's using a staff. She also had like a bit of a character arc because she's like pro Shao Kahn, but also is the protector for Kitana and loyal to her. And like, what is she going to do? That was a really interesting subplot, I thought. And I can't wait to see what they do with her in the third film.
I agree. However, she is one of my biggest misses in the film.
Whoa, really?
Not her performance.
Yeah.
Her character arc. I agree with you. I think she crushed the role of Jade. I think her fight scenes are exceptional. I think she embodied the character really well. I thought that her turning in Kitana was a little clunky.
That's fair.
It didn't really work for me. That specific portion of her character arc felt clunky. She's clearly has a loyalty and a fear of Shao Kahn. Her true loyalty, it is very apparent, is to Kitana. They very much have a familial bond. And when she turns her in, there's something about it that happens like almost too quickly. And her then betraying that to help them also felt too quick.
Yeah, that's fair. They were packing a lot into this film. I kind of read that as like a soldier's loyalty.
Okay.
You know, she is loyal to Kitana and they have something more than like just a friendship. They have almost a familial bond, perhaps, but like she took a vow.
Yeah.
You know, she took an oath or whatever and she's sworn her allegiance to Shao Kahn and like she is a soldier. She's not a freedom fighter in the way that Kitana is. Sure. Kitana's whole deal here is vengeance.
Yeah.
Right?
She's
vengeance and also for your people and is being a real example of what a leader and royalty should be. And I read Jade's characterization in this film as more of I'm a soldier and I've sworn an oath and I have to uphold that as a matter of honor.
Okay.
You know, but maybe my headcanon is giving it a little bit too much credit. It wouldn't be the first time.
That's fair.
So we'll just go with that.
But yeah, that was one of my frustrations with the film is that Couple quick notes before we get to final scores. Baraka is fun.
Baraka's so funny,
Baraka's a
dude.
lot of fun, man.
Baraka's so great.
He's a good time. Choosing to let Raiden basically not be in the film.
Yeah, he's not in
This
much
time
of it.
around
Yeah.
was a very interesting choice. It didn't bother me because I feel like they've made his character a little cheesy.
Yeah.
So I think having him be absent grounded the film a little bit better. I'm really interested to see what they do with the third film. It seems like we're going to get even more mystical. My concern is it does feel like now we're drifting back away from the tournament, back into more of the lore and mystery and maybe some of the other realms. So I'm excited to continue down this pathway, but at the end of the day, this is a fight film. They've got to come back with more fights. If we don't have as many fights in the third film and we get too bogged down in the lore, I think there's a high probability that it won't be successful.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think if I had to guess, I would say that Shang Tsung is tired of playing second fiddle.
Okay.
And I think that where we might be headed, just based on what I remember from Mortal Kombat 3 and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, those characters, and watching this film and thinking about, like, what can they even do with the next film? I think Shang Tsung is done
Okay.
playing second fiddle to these other characters. Even in the first film, Shao Kahn is not in it, but Shang Tsung is an emissary for Shao Kahn and like talks about him and whatever. I think Shang Tsung wants to be in control. So I could see a third film focusing on that.
Okay.
And if it's Shang Tsung, he's not playing by the rules.
No.
I will say that we wanted the tournament, and this movie gave us this.
Yes, it did.
And that is simultaneously a plus and a negative for me. And I think it's a negative because this is a video game and a movie about fights that end in disembowelments and beheadings. And man, there's a lot of rules that they're following. Like a lot of rules. You got to win 5 in a row, which I get it because it is a tournament. But I feel like if they had been like, it's just fight to the death. It's just fight to the death. Who's the last one standing? You win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of like fits the world a little bit more. So I can imagine a 3 where Shang Tsung is the big bad and he's not playing by the rules.
Yeah.
And maybe he's not playing by rules in a really technical way where he's like, actually, the last tournament is null and void and this is a new tournament, but I'm going to circumvent all the rules.
I could get on more of that. Like I said, I'm down to dig more into the lore. I'm down to get new settings, new realms, all of that stuff. I think as long as they continue to center it on good fights, that's the game. It's got to be good fights. It's got to be fun characters. Then I think we've got something here.
Are there characters from 3 or any Mortal Kombat characters that you hope show up in the next film?
I'm a Smoke guy.
Smoke? You want to see Smoke?
I always want to see Smoke.
Oh, man, seeing Smoke would be so cool.
Smoke's sick.
Smoke is really cool. This is a joke, but I found out recently that there's a character from Mortal Kombat 4 just called Meat.
Yes.
And Meat is just made up of severed limbs or whatever.
Yes.
So I kind of want to see Meat. I sort of want to see Stryker.
I could do without Stryker.
Yeah, that's fair.
I could do without Stryker.
I just like the idea of introducing a character to this universe who can't do energy rings, can't turn into a dragon or whatever, but he does have grenades. He just has some grenades and a baton and no superpowers. But he wears his hat backwards, which is not much.
Kind of cool.
No, not. It wasn't
great.
It wasn't cool then. It's not cool now.
It's not great.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get to the final verdict. As we do, you're going to let me know if you're pruning this film and what your final score is.
I didn't think about final score. I'm keeping it. I'm not pruning Mortal Kombat 2. And I think I'm giving it, oh man. I'm giving it the barest 8 that I can give it. It is so close. It is practically a 7.9 repeating.
Okay.
But I will go ahead and give it the 8. This was better than the last one. It improved in every way. I do think that it is now officially, in my opinion, the best video game adaptation film that we have created as a society. So it gets an 8 from me.
All right, that's fair. So the Entertainment Variance Authority will not be pruning this film.
Great.
I will also not be pruning it. And, going along with our resolutions this year, I'm going off vibes here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the most fun I have had in a very long time at the films. My score has continued to lower the further away from watching the film I've gotten, but I'm still really high on this film.
Yeah.
I just had a good time, and so I'm going 8.8.
Whoa, that is so high.
It's the highest ranking we've given.
Oh my God, this is the first time that you've given a higher ranking than me?
I don't think so.
Oh, man.
I just had so much fun. That gives us a weighted ranking of an 8.4, which I don't think is our highest overall ranking.
Yeah.
I think Thunderbolts beats it still.
Yeah.
But man, I had a good time with this. And
Yeah,
I
just had fun.
I can't go to any higher than an 8.8 because narratively, it's really not doing a lot.
Yeah,
it's just not, and it's not supposed to.
Yeah.
So like, I definitely can't get into the 9s or anything like that.
No.
But as far as staying true to the source material, delivering visually, delivering from a choreography standpoint, the soundtrack was great. The acting was pretty good. And it was just a fun time.
Listen, Karl Urban, man, like, I don't care what he's in. I'll go see it. It's fine.
Thank you. So
it's fine.
We're going to give it a weighted 8.4 for the two of us.
All right.
And that has been the Entertainment Variance Authority review of Mortal Kombat 2. Thank you for kicking it with us. Check out Life Begins at 8-Bit with J-Mac and Danielle. Shout out to They Call Him Swerve for our intro and exit music. Like, follow, subscribe, give us 5 stars. We really appreciate it. Stay tuned for what we've got coming up next. And in the meantime, in between time, check out all our past episodes and stay dope.
And stick around for the post-credits.
Woo!
Thank you for listening to the Entertainment Variance Authority. Listen to additional episodes wherever you get your podcasts and keep an ear out for future episodes.
All right.
So, welcome to Post Credits, the podcast within the podcast. So, when you watched Mortal Kombat 2, when you came out of theaters, was there a part of you that felt like, number one, Street Fighter better hit?
Yes.
And number two, and this one doesn't make as much sense, but I felt this, Masters of the Universe better hit.
So I didn't think that. What made you think that?
Dude, Mortal Kombat's a fight movie based on a property from my childhood.
Right.
Street Fighter's a fight movie based on a property from my childhood. He-Man is a fight movie based on a property from my childhood. He-Man's not based on a video game, and I understand that. But these are all like, I need good fights. I need a lot of the same things out of these films. Mostly I need them to be fun.
Okay.
I need to come out of Masters of the Universe with a big old smile on my face. I need to come out of Masters of the Universe being like, well, I got to go buy a Skeletor toy right now. You know what I mean? I need to go buy a Power Sword. I need to come out of Street Fighter and be like, I got to go home and play Street Fighter 4.
So are you feeling this way because Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter are hitting on the nostalgia notes that you expect Masters of the Universe to?
I think all three of these films have so much in common, right? Because they are cashing in on nostalgia from people my age.
Yeah, for sure.
Big time. I know that there's been new He-Man stuff. And again, shout out to Powerhouse Animation because the He-Man stuff on Netflix is very, very good. I can't recommend it enough. But I played with He-Man toys. I played Street Fighter 2 on my Super Nintendo. I played Mortal Kombat 2 on my Super Nintendo. You know what I mean? I love these things so much. And I need them to hit. And I feel like it was a strategic decision to release Mortal Kombat in May as opposed to making it a big summer blockbuster.
Yeah.
And it has set the tone.
Yeah.
Going into this film, I thought, I am not going to like this as much as Street Fighter. Coming out of this film, I thought Street Fighter has some work to do.
So I actually agree with that 1000%. I feel like the best thing Mortal Kombat did was drop before Street Fighter.
Yes.
Because we talked about this.
Yes.
We watched the trailer and I was like, there's no way Mortal Kombat can be good.
No.
And Street Fighter
and the Street Fighter trailer is amazing.
It looks exceptional.
It's a great trailer.
And so for Mortal Kombat to come out first and then deliver.
Yes.
it does put a lot of pressure on Street Fighter.
Yes.
Because this is number 2 for Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter's kind of riding the coattails of Mortal Kombat. Oh, you guys can do that? Maybe we can do a similar thing. And so if they don't hit,
They got to hit.
it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
But I actually don't know if I equate Master of the Universe in the same way because it's a different kind of property. So it is drawing on nostalgia in the same ways, but I don't feel like Mortal Kombat can be held to the same narrative standards as a Masters of the Universe. I think they have to functionally put together a far more traditional classic film based on lore and content that exists in a narrative way.
The way that these movies achieve success for me
Okay.
as a moviegoer are not the same. Right?
Okay.
Like the rubric's not the same. I need the fights in Street Fighter 2 to be good.
Yes.
I also need it to be funny.
Yes.
And I don't need the narrative to be breaking new ground.
No.
On Masters of the Universe, I would say that the narrative is more important. I need the characters to hit.
Yeah.
I need the action to be good. But I don't need it to be good in the way that I needed the Kung Lao Liu Kang fight to be. So, like, I hear what you're saying. What I'm saying is that I came out of Mortal Kombat thinking about these 2 films, which are not out yet and are going to come out soon. And I just felt like both of them are on blast now.
Okay.
Both of them.
Okay.
Maybe for different reasons. Out of the 3, I didn't expect to enjoy Mortal Kombat this much.
No, me either.
And because I did, and because of how much more hyped I was prior to going to see Mortal Kombat for these other 2 films, I really feel like they got a hit.
Yeah, I want to go back and check our film preview to figure out where we ranked Mortal Kombat amongst the 3.
We were definitely so much more hyped about Street Fighter.
I know Street Fighter was our number 1. I'm genuinely curious now if we thought Mortal Kombat would be better than Masters of the Universe. I don't remember, but now the bar is Mortal Kombat.
The bar is Mortal Kombat for the summer movie blockbuster season.
Yeah.
Which I think is amazing. So yeah, I need these movies to hit.
All right. Well, stay tuned.
I will say that Jared Leto's Skeletor, so far from what I've seen, the voice is fine. It's fine.
We're really gonna test the limits of
They get a great role for him because you don't see his face.
That's what I was gonna
You
say.
can pretend it's
We're
not
really
him.
testing the limits of like how much people don't like Jared Leto.
Yeah.
Because you know it's him, but you can't tell.
It's a good Skeletor voice. There's not enough nyahas, but other than that,
I mean, you can never have enough.
you can't. You can't.
Until we meet again.
You bumbling boobs!
All right, ladies and gentlemen. And on that note, we're out.